Hello and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year everyone, and thank you so much for choosing to click on this video. I really appreciate all your support. So what I decided to do today for a reading is past life influence on your present life. Not only that, but what you continue to work on from past lives and what your mastery is for this lifetime. So without further ado, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So give yourselves a moment and see which crystal most resonates with you, and I will continue with your past life reading. Hello, pile number 1, and you chose the selenite. And when I think of selenite, I think of cleansing, I think of purification, I think of spirituality. So in terms of your past life, relation to this life, because of the experiences you've had, you feel a call from your soul for more purification, clarity, the sense of becoming uncorruptible, because selenite, no matter where you put it, you don't have to cleanse it. It's one of those things that cleanses everything around it. So maybe you are also a person who tends to want to help situations and people and bring clarity and peace to certain situations. So that's the energy I'm getting off of this selenite for you, group number 1. So let's pull you an Egyptian card. Yeah, and some of you I'm getting might have had a tendency to be the soft touch in situations. So perhaps you've wanted to make other people happy because you want things to be so peaceful. But discernment always comes in here. There always has to be respect of your own boundaries, group number 1. So that might have been a challenge to you this lifetime and past lifetimes. So let's see what you're working on. Okay, so you got Tepi an Un Hehu. So this is about DNA activation, upgrades, updates towards your physical being, in your conscious mind, in your conscious reality. Certain things you used to think were undefinable become defined, because you can actually translate the downloads and information you're getting in your conscious mind, group number 1. This has been something you've been working on perfecting and mastering. The primordial, the instinctual, just getting things like that. Being able to apply yourself in these ways, because for some of you might have, like I said, a soft touch, might have had the tendency to be really shy about certain things. You are now able to translate that into your expression. Maybe not being able to find the right words or the right way to present something. That is something you're working on mastering this lifetime, group number 1. And I see those 2 DNA strands, over those past 2 lifetimes to now. Working on mastering your expression and your discernment about what situations you should come in and help and purify. And sometimes you need not do anything. Sometimes it's just your presence, if some of you have noticed that. So those are the things you're working on mastering this lifetime. There's a sense of downloads, but being able to use this information, this energy, application of knowledge and energy. Group number 1. So let's see what's on the back. Yeah, family of the moon and Camus. So this god, he is known as the master potter on his wheel. He fashions the ka, or the spirit body of the human being. So you're working on reinventing yourself, group number 1, incorporating your spiritual body activation into your physical body, applying knowledge, discernment, expression in a completely new and different way. Recreating yourself. Integrating your inspiration. But perhaps doing it in a not so chaotic way as has happened before for you, group number 1. So let's see what the tarot has to say. And this is another thing that's coming to mind, group number 1, is have patience and let this unfold naturally. This is a do without doing sort of thing. Allow that inspiration to come to you. Don't be so stubborn in your desire to see it come about in a certain expected way. Let go of expectations so these things can fully manifest in your life, group number 1. So let's see what we have here. 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the Chariot. The Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So yeah. This is some things I see reflected here. It's like in your past life and very much in the now, you have what you need, but you're looking to do more. You're looking to branch out. You're looking to go, 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 especially with a specific business partner here. But it's like in your past life, I feel like a drive is important and it's good, yes, but you don't necessarily just want to push and rush things. There's this sense of contemplation and learning to see things a different way, to respect the perspectives of other people, to considerations here, because I feel like in your past lives, you're all about the campaign. You're all about the go, 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 next thing, next thing, next thing. And I feel like for you, group number 1, it's learning to absorb the experience before you move on to the next thing. Because I see in this life and past lives, you're someone who's go, go, go. Victory, the next thing, the next journey, the next season, the next reason, go, go, go. But this is about learning patience. And I don't love that word either because I'm in Aries and I like to go, go, go all the time. But learning patience and absorbing the experiences so breakthroughs can happen for you, group number 1. Allow for these changes to occur as much as you walk the path. And that's the balance for you. Allow your projects to unfold as they will. Don't push too hard. You already have the drive and the ambition. So that is something that you are learning in this life to master, is that balance of patience and action to bring you toward victory. And not just victory for yourself, but the victory with the people you're working with here. These good business relationships. And for some of you, it's business relationships. And for others of you, it's in the areas of love. Allow these things to, allow the flower to bloom. You can't force a flower to. Think of it that way. But yeah, that's what I see here, group number 1. Yeah, 7 of Cups. So again, this idea of, oh my gosh, I've got all these cups to go through. I've got all these ideas, all these things I want to do, and I want to do all of them, and I don't want to choose one, and I want to keep going. And it's like, There will be time enough for everything. Choose one thing at a time so your focus is all there. Because if you think about it, if you're putting your energies everywhere, there's no consolidation of 100% of your efforts to manifest one thing. So rein in your scattered energies and focus on that one thing for a while, but also balance patience with action here, group number 1. So those are the messages I have for you, group number 1. I hope this was enlightening. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. And you chose black tourmaline. And to me, black tourmaline is all about grounding, protection, stability. And what I'm getting for you is the sense of wanting to manifest more completely, but also with the sense of it not being wishy-washy. You want to manifest something stable, long-lasting, but is also a legacy, project, or idea. That's what I'm getting from this group number 2, is you really want things to be solid. You want them to be stable and harmonious. So that's what I'm getting for you, group number 2. Let's pull you an Egyptian card. Yeah, I'm getting, for some of you, it's a decision of staying or going with something. And I'm getting stay in my head for some reason. So if that's relevant or resonates with some of you, I'm getting stay in my head. So something to consider. It's always up to you what you do. So let's see what we have here. Oh, so you have family of fire, Akut and Ptah. So the Egyptian god Ptah is all about manifesting through word of mouth. So you could be someone who is very musical, very great at speeches, manifesting with your words. So that is something you've been mastering over lifetimes. What you say comes to be. What you sing and express, it comes to be. What you say in your speech comes to be, or you really influence the minds of other people. And that is like your talent. That is your shtick. That is your niche. So that's what you've been mastering over lifetimes. And a word of caution too, especially with this black tourmaline, is you have this talent and affinity for manifesting with your words. So choose your words wisely, group number 2. If you want something to be steady and stable and uncorruptible with that sense of harmony, focus your words and your thoughts on harmonious things, and they will come to be. That's not to be nitpicky, but to just be more aware of your thoughts and what you say. Because, you know, as I say to my friends and people that know me is, you know, be careful when you're spitting venom, because what you say in word is a deed. What you speak about is a spell. Everything we say is a spell. So just be mindful of that, group number 2. Your words and your thoughts have power to manifest. So that's what I see there. Very interesting. And on the back, you have Ta, family of earth, Satet. And you have Khnum here, the family of the moon. And he was on the back of group number 1. So it's like being able to project and to seemingly make something out of nothing through the way you use your spiritual body, group number 2. Again, the power of your words, the power of your actions, the way you put your energy into making something. I'm feeling like this pile is pretty creative. So let's play some tarot. All right. Also, another message I'm getting, if you are someone who's into sacred geometry, consider incorporating that into your projects or whatever you're working on. Or grids, you know, stuff like that. That's another message I'm getting for you, group number 2. So, let's see what we have here. 6 of Pentacles. Now, this was the first card out for group number 1 as well. 7 of Wands, Princess of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. The 10 of Wands, Lord of Oppression. So again, I'm going to start here. So again, having exactly what you need, but reaching for more and wanting more, group number 2. And then there's the sense of working hard on establishing something new, which comes with a turn of events, and then leads to some frustrations here. But I don't think, for some of you, it might feel like because of past lives, when you're just getting something going and something started and working really hard, and then it was like suddenly, oh my gosh, no, I can't do this because certain things are in the way. And that cycle sort of repeated itself in your life. But whereas in the past life, it literally might have had to do with not being allowed to do certain things in a very specific way. This time it has to do with the way you're going about it. It has to do more with your attitude. It's the illusion perceived of something being in your way that is no longer in your way. Because I see your fortunes here changing for the better. It's just a matter of continuing to focus your mind on establishing something. Continue to do that instead of focusing on, oh, it's not what I want, it's not what I have yet. Learn to appreciate what you have, group number 2. And you have this major talent and affinity and ability for your words manifesting. So like I said, watch your thoughts, because they will affect how blocked you are. There's truly nothing in the way besides your thoughts, because I see you putting in the work and I see things here changing for you. But you have to change your mind about feeling like your work is fruitless sometimes, group number 2, because it is truly valuable and worthwhile to keep going with this. You get out what you put in. Appreciate what you have now and what you have to look forward to working towards, group number 2. So, let's see with the back. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. And the 8 of Wands, yeah. So, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's all about slow and steady wins the race. Do you want it done right, or do you want it done right now? Those are things to think about. Because the Knight of Pentacles, he understands how important it is to have an approach of having a good reputation, and how that you can't put a dollar on that. So you're working on building up a good reputation and being steady and stable and being seen as someone who is steady and stable and a good person to work with, group number 2, that you can't put a dollar value on that. So those are the messages I'm getting for you, group number 2. You have powerful words, you have powerful thoughts. Continue to think positive, because as you do, things will just manifest like that for you. You are a powerful manifester. Think positive thoughts. I hope this was enlightening. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. And you all chose the Stone of Dioptase. And this stone is all about different forms of healing, innovative forms of healing, ways that people might not have thought was a good way to heal. And the stone, and that's mysterious because each of you watching this, your unique take on what healing is totally different. But I see innovation with healing techniques with this stone. That's what I see here. So let's pull you an Egyptian card. Innovation, group number 3. Keep getting that in my mind. You're a real divergent thinker. Great mind, great ideas. So, let's see. Ooh, Ta. Anrak. So, this card here is something fully realized. In her hand, she holds the Philosopher's Stone. So it's the completion of her work. It's the wafting out of the energy of the Philosopher's Stone. So this is totally aligned with the dioptase here. And that there's like a totally new innovative creation that you've been working on. It doesn't necessarily literally have to be a stone or a gadget, but it could just be like a technique. A technique applied to the arts, to manufacturing. Again, the ideas that perhaps no one else has thought of that totally changes the landscape of how certain things were only thought to be successful in a certain way. There's something fully realized here that's quite magical for you, group number 3. That's beautiful. Ooh, okay. So we have Family of the Moon, and this is Thoth. So again, this is you've been getting a lot of downloads for knowledge, particularly at night. If you get certain ideas, write them down, because Thoth is basically the patron saint in the Egyptian Turu of the writer. He writes everything down. The Emerald Tablet. Write down what's coming to you because it's magic, group number 3. And don't be afraid either. Don't feel like you're going to be punished for this knowledge. Or maybe some of the things coming through to you are so unbelievable and challenge your beliefs that you're like, no, that possibly couldn't, or no, that's evil. How could I possibly do this? I'm not qualified for that. Let go of that idea of thinking, because this knowledge that's coming through to you, group number 3, is so relevant and so the future. Trust that. And I feel like that's the mastery you've been working on, group number 3, is allowing for these transfers, for the channelings. Allow them to come through, because this knowledge is meant for you and it's meant for the world. So don't be deterred by the opinions, thoughts, beliefs of other people, because you got it going on, group number 3. That's some magical stuff. So beautiful. Write stuff down, group number 3. That is so important for you. And if you've been having problems sleeping, it's because you've been doing a lot of dream work. And don't worry if you haven't been remembering it, because it will come up again in your conscious mind. It will. So let's see what we got here. 10 of Wands, 2 of Swords. Princess of Pentacles in the Universe, which is the world in this deck. 8 of Cups, the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Star and Temperance. Okay, so you have 3 majors in this reading, which tells me this is a destiny thing. And when I see this version of Temperance, I really think of the Alchemist, ergo the Philosopher's Stone. There is something, elements you're adding together to make a very beautiful, magical brew, group number 3. Something divinely inspired, for sure. So I can just see here, group number 3, not only this life but other lives, feeling like you had to walk away or abandon certain projects or ideas because of how you felt you'd be received and perceived by the world. Some momentum of how much talent you have in something being deterred by people who dismissed you, ridiculed you, or made you give up certain things, especially in other lives. Being persecuted because of the knowledge you've got going on. And that's translated itself to now when you feel like you're not allowed to do certain things subconsciously, even if with some of you, it's more literal that people have been that way, or you imposing that on yourself because of this past life or these past lives. But again, there is something that this world is waiting for, that you are starting to establish. Something very innovative, group number 3. And you've had this knowledge in many different past lives. And now is the time for that. Because I see here, for some of you in this life, it's letting go of something that doesn't fit you. Okay? So for some of you now, it's letting go of maybe a job, a way of doing something, or telling yourself you can't, into moving on into what actually inspires you. And for some of you, it's going to be starting a business for yourself. Because the world is ready for you to innovate, group number 3, and you're ready too. There's this, it feels so magical, group number 3. Directly from source. This knowledge, this inspiration, this innovation. But like I said, for some of you, it's going to be leaving something that isn't working for you anymore. So you can establish something that you really love and inspires you. Wow, that is really beautiful, group number 3. The 9 of Swords, you have worry, it is unfounded. Your worst fears are not going to be realized, group number 3. Yeah, you know, take your time and think about it, obviously. Have an exit plan, have a strategy. But take time, if some of you haven't made this decision yet about leaving this job or the position you're in now, because look at that egg, look at all that possibility that's coming forth. Think about what actually gets you excited. Think about what your beliefs are. Think about your intent. Do you feel harmonious where you are now if it's not satisfying? These are things you must decide and think about. But with a Star in Temperance here, there's something so magical about what you're meant to do this lifetime. Something you're going to bring forth in the world that is really innovative, beautiful, and a better way of doing something. Oh, I wish you the best of blessings here, group number 3. And I hope this was enlightening. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. And you chose this orange calcite. And when I think of this stone, I think of, ooh, there's also a huge rainbow in it. I don't know if you can see, but there's a big, beautiful rainbow in this stone. So I feel like for you, group number 4, this is about relationships and creativity and projects. So for some of you, it's, especially with the rainbow in here, it is trying to bridge the gap, trying to be that bridge into bringing people together. For some of you, for others of you, it's forging a better relationship with yourself. And for others of you, it is forging a better relationship between you and your creativity, allowing for these things to unfold naturally. Your process of how you approach relationships and creativity that is really being worked on here. You know, also too, for some of you, it's assessing how the relationships with other people reflect on the relationship with yourself as well. So let's pull you an Egyptian card. Yeah, for some of you, it's why you choose to be in relationships with certain people. That's something to be thought deeply on for some of you. It's not going to resonate with all of you, but that's a message I'm getting. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Yeah. Duat and Amit. So this beast here, let me just go into the Egyptian lore here. But when you get to Duat, which is essentially the underworld or spirit world in the Egyptian spirituality, you go to a scale where Anubis presides over, and on one scale you have the feather, which is Ma'at, truth, weighed against your heart. And if you assess that your heart is in truth, you move on to other things. But if you assess that it is not, you get the beast here. So I feel like for you, there are some things to examine here with why you deem yourself unworthy. Why you assess your performance as not all the way there. There's something to be considered here in terms of your process, your emotions, why you choose the things you do. Is it out of love, or is it out of obligation? Is it out of love, or is it out of not thinking much of yourself to continue to choose, like I said, for some of you, relationships that aren't working for you? And for some of you, that has to do with your love life, and for others of you, it might feel like you keep going through the same cycles with your family members, where perhaps you try to do the nice thing and you try to bring people together, but it always ends up just being the same thing between certain people, and you're having to deal with the frustration and the annoyance of perhaps being the peacekeeper in the group because you just want people to be together and be happy, group number 4. So it just depends on what your focus is at the moment, but I'm getting specific messages. You know, for some of you, it's like you deem the quality of your work less than. Why? Why is that? Is it because it's not coming from a place of true expression? And that's why you feel unsatisfied with the way, like, let's just say your works of art turn out? Think about that. Are you looking to the way other people do things? Or why don't you create your own way, your own technique? Those are something to consider, group number 4, and that's the energies you've been working through, is dealing with annoyances, disruptions, not only from yourself and your own personal things, but also people in your life that always seem to just, it seems anyway, they just go out of their way to poke people, you know what I mean? So those are energies you're working through to master, because those things are inextricably linked for you this lifetime. The people that you deal with, as well as your own processes of doing things, feeling unsatisfied, re-examining why that is. You're going through this so you can have clarity about yourself, your self-worth, and you know, your process. Is it your own or someone else's? So that's what I'm getting for you, group number 4. Yeah, Tepi and Kahu. So this is all about hidden information coming to light. Yeah. So this Sekhmet here, Sekhmet is all about transmutation. And this reminds me of the Tower card within the tarot. So this is some information that's coming forth that allows for certain things to fall away. So for some of you, it's like trying to give another family member another chance or relationship, and then you find out information that lets you know, hey, actually, I don't need to consider this person or this way of being. I'm going to let that fall away, and I'm going to have a better sense of boundary. You know, this here, these people represents heavy, dense energies that fall away, that no longer have a place in your life. So there's something that comes to light that helps you get clarity about that, group number 4. So let's pull some tarot. Yeah, you just want some rest, some peace. I get it. I totally get it. This rest from this unrest. So, see what we got here, group number 4. Justice and the Princess of Cups. Okay. King of Cups, the Ace of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune, interesting. We've had that in a couple of readings. And the Queen of Cups here. So, I feel like for you, this has all been about working on your emotional body, group number 4. You know, this sense of feeling like certain things are unfair. When it's like everybody has ebbs and tides in their lives, you know, coming to that realization brings more peace to the individual. No one is without challenges. That's a human experience. We're all here to work on something. Because I feel like for you, it's finding more clarity within the emotional body. Being able to direct your emotions in a more empowering way. Because we have no control over emotions, but we do have agency. We do have a sense of direction. How we choose to act on those emotions with a deeper sense of with a deeper sense of maturity and having some clarity there in the emotional body. Because I feel like perhaps in past lives, certain things were just always in flux for you, with the Princess of Cups and Justice here. You know, akin to the rise and falling of a kingdom constantly. Where perhaps other people dictated how things were going to go for you. Or perhaps you were the dictator. So this lifetime, that's why you've had to deal with this stuff. So you could clear your own emotional body. It will be different for each of you. It's like perhaps in a past life you had the final say and word of what was going to be because of your station in life, past lifetime. But now the tables have turned and it's more about you focusing and figuring out what it means to go deeper with the emotional body. You know, you might be someone who's really easily affected by the emotions, thoughts, and auras of other people. And you've really had to learn to balance that out this lifetime. So some of you might be really sensitive and empathic. And that is something you've had to deal with. But I see like you figuring out this lifetime a deeper sense of agency for yourself and not focusing so much on what other people do, because it's really up to them to balance their own lives. You can only do so much for someone if they want to do it. If they don't, it's like hitting your head against a brick wall. It's always good to help people, but sometimes people need to figure it out on their own, of their own free will. Even if you love them, and I know that's tough, that's part of this experience here on the planet Earth. Free will. But I see you here, you've really had to work on clarity with the emotional body and a true direction in the emotional body for yourself. To focus on yourself, your emotional body, your sense of clarity, and your sense of feeling good. Not being dependent on how other people feel as well. because that's a game changer for you. When you see things happening positively in your life because you chose to be clear about your own intent and what you want to do in your life. Group number 4. So, yeah, the Ace of Wands. And the King of Wands, yeah. Look at you being empowered to go your own way and do your own thing. Because you are realizing through experiencing other people how muddy they make certain things. Especially if they feel like they can't change their situation, right? But I see this hidden information coming to light allows for you to make clear decisions, allows for you to put your energy into manifesting a beautiful life for yourself, beautiful relationships for yourself, a beautiful creative process for yourself. So I see you transmuting and I see you creating a beautiful life for yourself, group number 4. I hope this was enlightening. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you again soon.